I'll be back.
But
Okay,
I don't think it'll
take
affect
your
the amount of crime
time.
being. Oh, maybe actually. Who knows, right?
I mean,
Okay.
that's what we're looking for, you know?
Okay. All right.
Yep. All right.
I'll get someone on that.
Hello.
Easy. All right. You take care.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Interrupting?
Things are
No,
going.
you're good, Nino. What's up?
Hey, Mayor, how you doing?
Pretty good. Not too bad. Oh,
Count
no.
the days till you're free.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
The city's gonna miss you, Nino. I mean, who the hell, you did a lot. You did a lot with the limitations that were set around you. I know this because I experienced them alongside you for 3 months.
Yep. Well, I got to spend my time getting my dick sucked now.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all. Hey, that sounds like an improvement.
Absolutely. All right.
And congrats on the fine reduction. Honestly, I think the state budgets are going to do just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, it's only an experiment. Because there's all this talk about like, oh man, the fines are too high. It's like, no shit. That's why we should have talked about it before. But I want to see what impact this makes this weekend compared to the past weekends. And
I need to pull your data. So just for a little bit, because I've been doing some data scooping the last couple of days. Just since March 1st, we have put into evidence 206 Class 2 firearms. If each one of those had a charge to it of a possession of a Class 2 firearm, that's nearly $6 million. It's literally the entire BCSO budget. And seized just in Class 2 firearms. So, I think if those charges are actually being pressed correctly, we won't have an issue with the budget whatsoever, just from fines.
wait, so it's 200 class 2s?
206 Class 2s that have been entered into evidence. So
Holy
that's not including the ones
fuck.
that's not including the ones that the police department seizes and just throws into trash. I have been pulling Class 2s out of trash cans because the police department just takes broken ones.
That shouldn't be.
What?
It should not be. No, it's been pissing me off. I've been going off on them because I was like, this is literal evidence. Why is literal evidence in your trash bin?
That's evidence
That makes no
tampering. I mean,
fucking
that's
sense.
criminal.
Yeah, if there was any way for me to research and find out who it was, because it's literally just a burn bin, so there's not like it's not logged or anything.
Like
And if I had a way to find out
also-
who's putting that shit in there, I 100% would be impeaching people.
That's also the best possible read on that, right? You're just the read on that being, we're assuming they're being thrown out just because they're broke, not because something, they're failing to charge for those on top, right? Like, there's a lot of Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Part of
So
that.
I get pretty frustrated at that stuff, but
So what I heard was some of the shit that may have been falling off of ships a while back. They began to hit the end of. Do you remember a couple weeks back there was like the buyback program?
yeah,
Did you hear about
because
this?
everything oxidized really quickly, and so
Yes.
they were basically locked up. And
Well, apparently it like unoxidized.
oh, really?
Yeah. So what looked like it was unoxidized, so you may be seeing some of that. So, so things that people wanted to throw away all of a sudden got good again.
Yeah,
So-
we found there was a thing. We found 72 Class 2s in a bush, just outside of a warehouse not too long ago.
What?
That's a hot push.
Yeah, I
You
did
did.
not include that in the 206 that was seized because I was trying to
Well,
count
one of
the ones
the-
that got seized in normal attribution.
One of the mannequins at the table had a assault SMG in their hand.
Damn, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, one of the first things I'd do as director is crack down on that shit. Get the
Yeah.
right people to investigate that shit. Follow all the breadcrumbs, bring all the people in for questioning.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Handle
opened the
business.
doors to a lot of new investigative options, right, in the last month. Well, hell, I mean, you've seen it, Grayson. I keep subpoenaing the wildest shit because people are just like, no, you can only subpoena phones and bank records. Fuck, no, you don't. You can subpoena all kinds of shit if you want to. the doors in the SASMO office all have electronic badge readers, and all that shit's logged. I was able to pull the access logs for one of our doors.
Oh my God.
That's see, I like that kind of outside of the box thinking. I want to encourage that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what badge reader?
Honestly, you could even use that. I mean, who's to say that there's not a badge reader on the fucking? I guess you wouldn't be able to know when, but because I mean, so many cops go in and out of the armor, you wouldn't be able to know who dropped off a class 2 in there around a certain time. No way in knowing.
Pretty much every cop goes in there. No, there's an evidence room in the back of the SASMO office.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
I was able to get the badge reader. The
do you have like a wait? Do you have like a
logs.
fucking IT guy that's got working for you? Because like, what the fuck?
I mean, we do have IT services.
Jesus
gotta reach out to
fucking
him.
Christ. That is fire. Okay.
But it was like I was saying, you want information on the judges and when they're working and stuff.
So I can get
Legislatively, it's in there and it tells you all that's fireable, like our payouts, so you know who's doing court cases when. I can't see any reason why our time clock wouldn't be fireable too.
Oh yeah, I want to FOIA the
Should
time
not be
clocks.
open information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barrett, I was wondering, with this reduction that I just did, if there's any kind of data you want to run over this weekend, the one afterward, I'd love to see what you find, because
I'll run your county data and
You'll
see
be like
what
my
happens with it.
CSI data guy.
Yeah.
There was a report I ran recently. What was this?
Hey,
Sure,
good
pull it
talk,
up real quick.
Falconer.
Let's see. Blaine County. Oh no, I pulled all of Blaine County. That's what it was. I pulled all of Blaine County's data recently because we were trying to figure out what was going on with their shit since they're going through a mayoral shift.
Yeah.
No, nothing's really big popped out from Los Santos County. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the month, so I'll be ready to pull your county's tax records again in about 10 days.
I mostly want to see like what kind of impact it has on crime. So is there an uptick? Is there a downtick? Is there more of certain activities that happen? Right?
You mean the fine reduction?
The fines?
The fine reduction, yeah.
So is that just going to be like a comparison with the just amount of incident reports from this weekend to last weekend?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So
I am going to take a guess that there will be zero impact on the incident reports.
That's what I expect as well.
But that's a PD response thing, not the amount of crime being committed, right?
Yeah, it's going to be in relation to the PD response. And I mean, PDs already get nonstop. They're burning at both ends. And there's plenty of things that don't get answered to.
I think if you wanted to actually run the numbers, I think your best thing. Well, okay, so you've reduced the fines. If you also offered PD bonuses for working over the weekend at the same time, I think you might get more response, right? Especially if you like offered a bonus per incident.
Yeah. But I'm like, the sheer number of robbery calls that go unanswered is absolutely wild. I mean, just in the last 3 hours since the storm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's been 20 robbery calls.
Okay, that's fucking deranged. How do you fix that? Because straight up, like, the sanctity of one's home should be fucking, like, fairly high on PD responses, right? Like, you shouldn't... Like,
that's
gonna happen.
No.
It means like 24/7.
Oh, business robberies.
Shit.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 24/7s, jewelry stores, cash exchanges, all that stuff. Anything that comes up in our system.
We have very good HOA. But
Yeah.
I will 1000% tell you right now, Grayson, and it is very disappointing to see the PD actively disregards any house alarm burglary calls.
Oh, I know, because mine got broken into.
Huh.
Yeah, they
and only because I was with the chief that I
we
got
don't
people.
respond to those.
We don't we don't respond to those.
Yeah. I questioned it, and they were like, "Nope, that's a standard right now because because so many times they go off at false alarm." I'm like, "Go check it out, make sure it's a false alarm." And like, no, that's what it is 90% of the time. I was like, yeah, you don't want to ignore it the 1% of the time when it's real.
Like mine got broken into, right? I don't know why. What if it was someone trying to get in?
What if somebody who actively wanted you? What if it was like treason, terrorism being fucking committed? Like what?
Yep.
It'd be one thing if it was
Actually, do you want to go to my? You guys want to go? You guys want to go to my house real quick? I'll break in my own house. Want to do an experiment?
No, I believe you. It'll. I can guarantee we can do it. Well,
Yeah,
they'll see my blip, so nobody's going to show up because they'll see my blip.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're right.
But no, they've literally told me in almost every shift they do not respond to those, and I'm like, why? Because they're like, well, it's a false alarm, and people don't want us to respond to those anyway. That's nonsense because there's literally a button. I own a house. I know there is a button on my panel that gives me the option to alert police if my alarm goes off.
We're just talking culture. I've heard a few of the digs that people like Sawyer and Carmine get for doing traffic stops. Like,
Which
it's
is
the
stupid.
foundation of police work.
Yeah, I literally collapsed the entire loan industry in the third decade over a fucking traffic stop. I nearly seized $1.4 billion.
So if house robberies, if house burglaries, robberies of businesses, and traffic stops are not au fait and cool enough to do for the PD, what are they doing? What's more important? Yeah, so okay, mass casualties.
Class 2 shootout.
What is that? It? They're not doing any foundational police work anymore.
Yeah, they prioritize the business robberies over all else. Business robberies are top tier. Everything always. Maze Bank, Polito Bank. Those take priority over literally everything.
I mean, it's hard to tell based on some of these reports. Like, look at the latest incident report and just look at the title of it. Like, I guess I know who's involved.
Lang, question, exclamation point, exclamation point.
I know Sawyer does a shit ton of traffic stops.
Oh, when he's on duty, he's a wall of Sawyer all day, every day.
I don't see them. Literally, traffic stops is what got me most of my cases. So,
yeah. Problem
if
with
somebody had performed a traffic stop on me, they would have solved that I had 54 guns from evidence lockers stolen and transported up to Polito, but nobody ever did traffic stops on me.
Oh my god.
That was in third decade, not recent.
Jesus.
Hello.
All right. Well, gentlemen, you have a good day, yeah? I'm gonna.
Hey, later, Mr. Mao.
Yeah. Sounds like a conversation with Brian.